Hey there, thanks for joining me for Bible journaling. Today we are going to be working in our Moment to Breathe 365 devotional, and we are on day 74. So we've made it a few bits there. So let's go ahead and read our story so that we'll know what is going on. Let me see here. Wondering if if the YouTube, is YouTube playing Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven? It doesn't show up on the screen on my screen. So let's go ahead and read our, let me check with that. I better check that first to make sure it's all working. Since I messed with it yesterday and was painting with a friend using the live stream on here, and I don't know if it went back to the other one or not. It says that it's going somewhere. It's not on the, it doesn't have it on this thing. Okay, never mind. All right. So let's go ahead and read our story for today. We'll just get started. This thing doesn't, I guess I just don't get a picture over there today. Who knows? All right. So our story today says, my friend, excuse me, my friend is a painter, and we happened into a conversation about her process. As she taught me her steps, I reached for a pen and paper to record her every word. She showed me a picture of her canvas and spoke of the underpainting. First, she painted the basic images in terms of lights and darks. To me, it looked like a sketch and a sepia filter. She went on to say the painting would emerge out of these initial details. She said it's easy to get lost in this phase, and giving up comes easily. As she spoke, I knew God was stirring in my heart to pay close attention to her words. You see, in the middle of my hardest seasons, I've looked at the canvas of my life and felt like maybe God had gotten lost or perhaps skipped over me, that he indeed had good plans for many, but somehow I wasn't included. I want to see a finished work, but I get discouraged when it appears my canvas is just lights and darks, seemingly colorless. For a vivid picture to emerge, lights and darks have to be painted. Lights and darks add tone value to the painting. A painting has to have both. My dark or hard seasons are the first I want to dismiss or hide, but God desires to use my experience to point to his work as the creator. He uses the darks and the lights to create a vivid image of himself in and through the lives of those who call him Lord. With strokes of a wide and gracious Father, he has given me eyes to see his work through the experiences of my life. God is painting on the canvas of my life and yours. Let's choose to trust the artist, because the picture is still in process. And then our moment to breathe at the bottom says, think of the lighter and darker moments you've experienced. Imagine them painting a picture of your life. Somehow God will bring them all together to form something beautiful in you. All right, that's awesome. So our verse today is in Romans, so let's turn to that. All right, so our verse is Romans 8:28. So our verse says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So that's our verse today. So I went ahead and I found this little clip art that was already made up with all these great fonts and everything. I put a link to this down in the description box, but it has the verse on it. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this up here. Let's take this little tab off so I don't stick with that. I'll put that over here. And then my image today is Mo's digital pencil, and it's called Looking for Clues. So I also put a link to this down in the description box in case you would like to go pick this up. But my thought is all things work together for a good because God has called me. So he's called. So I'm thinking that my boy here is on the search. So he's going to find his little clues on which way to go. And then I'm thinking up here, maybe we'll put a bigger cross and some sparkles or something around it up in here. So that's my thought for today. All right, so let's go. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to put a paper back here first. I don't want to miss that. Okay, let's go ahead and put this over here. When I first read the verse, I'm like, and the story in our book, I found this one girl where she was in a timeout chair, and I thought that would be perfect because, you know, sometimes I feel like things are not going my way, and so I'm in timeout. But then I decided he was just the thing. He's on the search. He's kind of in between. He's going the direction that God is pointing. So that's my thought on him today. So let's go ahead and zoom down a little bit. And I think I will go ahead and paint him first with some Inktense pencils. And then I'm going to color over that with, I'm going to put a base coat down first. And then I'm going to color over that with my Prismacolor pencils. And then I might do something up in here, but I'm not going to gesso it first. I'm going to just paint first, and then we'll see how it goes. Because I've never used my Inktense and then put the stuff over the top. Let's move some stuff. I need to move my book. I'll put it over here. I don't want to spill water on it. And I'm going to grab a paper towel and a paintbrush. I'm going to use number 4. Okay, and so I got my little my color chart. So I'm going to use that. So let's find a color for skin here. So I think I'm going to go with silicone yellow today. It's kind of a peachy orange color. So I've decided that it's best for me when I'm painting to just wet my paintbrush and then pick the color right off of the pencil. That works best for me. So that is what I'm going to do. No, there's no chat. Okay, so let's go. Sorry, Mr. HobbieHaven asked a question there. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this. He's got just a little bit of his hair showing, so we'll fix that here. I'll probably just add that in with my colored pencils afterwards. Oh, here comes Mr. HobbieHaven to investigate. Because I told him it wasn't working. He's come to decide. See, it's not doing anything.
Yeah, I know. It's...
Oh, I need that?
No.
I said hello. I did that. I messed with it yesterday, messed it up.
No, I messed with it today and messed it up.
Oh well. I'll just put it on the live later.
Okay, well.
That's fine. Before we go with the next one, you can mess with it some more, I guess. It's being complicated, but it is recording. All right, so let's go ahead and do his hat. He's got on 2 hats. He's got on one that's backwards and one that's forwards. Isn't that cute? So let's go ahead and do I'm thinking I'm going to do red hat and a blue, or no, maybe blue and then a red hat up here. So let's go with 1100, which is deep indigo for our blue hat in the back. You have to be careful when you're pulling it off the end of your pencil too, that you don't flick the ink everywhere, because it will spray off of there and go all over the place. I like this number 4 paintbrush. It's really got a teeny end, but it's not so small you can't feel anything. Hi, Kristen. My YouTube thing seems to be broken over her. My chat's not working, so I can't see you over there. But good to know you're here. Hi, Esme. Mike's gonna have to fix it before I do my next stream over here. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. And I'm not too good at fixing all of that, so we let Mike deal with all that. Okay, let's do this hat here. Whoops, I think this is part of his hat right here. Right, this is under hat. He's got one forwards and one backwards. It's so cute. Okay, we'll put that over there. Okay, let's paint this one red. So let's go with 500. Hi, Sonia. Thanks for joining me. All right, so we're going to try this one over here. And remember, we're just going to use this as our undercoat, and then I'm going to go over it with, I'm going to add some shading with my Inktense pencils, or not my Inktense pencils, my Prismacolor pencils. I thought I'd try that. I hadn't tried that before. I try to try different things so that we know what kind of things we can do in our Bible without getting too crazy. And I'm trying not to get it too wet because I don't like when the page gets all wrinkly. I just don't like that. I color all over it, but I don't like the wrinkly part. That's crazy. It's okay. I like my pages to stay flat. Let's try that. Let me see something real quick. There we go. We'll just go out of the live screen thing, and I will just turn on YouTube over here on a different tab, and then I will have you guys up there. There you are! Yay! We'll just not use the other screen. We'll just go to a different screen. All right, so I can see everybody over here on the YouTube thing now, so I will know what you're, talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and do his coat. And I'm thinking he's going to wear a tan coat, even though I would probably wear, black, but I don't know. I don't want to have too much black on here. Let's go with maybe 1740, which is saddle brown. I know, brown's not very exciting. But, Okay. So remember, I don't want to use too much water, so I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush. And wipe some on here. just trying to see if maybe doing an undercoating of the Inktense pencils made it a little bit quicker than doing just the pencils. Not that you need to be in a big rush. You can take as much time as you would like. But I definitely wanted to try something new today and see what happened. I even managed to find a gold pen today. Thought I'd try that out. To paint over my crosses. Yeah, I spent yesterday painting or watercoloring with our pencils with my friend Teresa, and we had our stream going. So because she was painting something on FaceTime, so I could see what she was painting. She was trying to show me how to do it, and then I was painting my own. So we needed a way to see what we were both doing at the same time, because we can't both FaceTime. I won't be able to see anything. So that's how we did it. But I recorded the whole thing, so I think maybe after we get all done, we will do, I'll put it up, because we're recording, I recorded the little Sassy Cheryl image that I did last week in my Bible with the umbrella girl, only we're watercoloring him. Okay, let's try that. Exactly. Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven says it's live class practice. We were doing live class practice because we do have my next Thursday at 5. We're doing our live private class. So it was good practice to find what kind of settings we're going to need to do for certain things. Okay, so I'm thinking that because I painted his hat blue, let's paint his little bit of pants right here blue. That way you get some practice in before you actually have to use it. I'm wondering, maybe I should do, I think I'm going to do this color on his, he's a little too brown. Let's make his sash a different color here, or his belt. Okay, let's try that. Oh, we got his little thing right here, his spyglass. Let me see. We're going to need to do, let me get some gray for that. So let's do neutral gray, which is 2120. There's no music. Okay, let me check that. I can maybe fix that. Okay, click the music button. turned that off yesterday because I recorded in silence. I figured my friend didn't want to listen to whatever because we were talking. All right, let's try that. I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, don't lose my paintbrush. I'm going to dry it with my heat tool. If I was by myself, Esme, I'd probably have the music on. But we were carrying on a whole conversation, so... Alright, let's try that for our underpainting. And then let's switch to our Prisma pencils. So again, I have my little chart. Helps if you unzip the case. It's buffering. I can't fix that buffering. It's being a problem today. It's gonna be one of those days probably. Okay, let's work on, let's do his coat first here. So let's see, we've got this brown. Let's add 1082. I think 1082 is my favorite brown. It is. Look how short it is. This is my favorite brown one, evidently, because I use it all the time. Okay, we're gonna need a little bit darker one. Let's go with 946, which evidently is also one of my favorite colors because look how short this one is, but not quite as long. Yeah, some music will definitely cheer things up when it's quiet. I don't usually have it on, the music on when I'm in here by myself. I probably should turn something on. But when I have the music playing for you guys, I can't hear it. Because it makes some weird background noise. It echoes. But that's okay. I'm going to switch back to the chocolate one. I must say, doing the colored pencils on your Bible page definitely is a lot faster than doing it when you're just coloring on the paper. Okay, what other color we got? Let's see. We need something a little bit lighter. I wonder if I have... Let's see. How about ginger root? That is number 1084. So let's try that. Add a little bit of brown. I know, look, I've covered up all of that cute brown we laid down with the Inktense pencil. But it did make it really super easy to blend over the top of it. That wasn't very difficult at all. And it seems like it just... it's smooth. I'm trying to think of a word for it there. Alright, let's get some reds out. Let's see. Crimson Lake 925 is like my most favorite red one. So 925, 924, which is Crimson Red, is the next one in the list. Hi, Julie. Thanks for coming by. And then 923. So they're all right there in a row. These are all great red ones. So let's start with 923. I'm just going to color over his entire hat to cover back up that Inktense pencil. Okay, now we're going to go with 924. Yeah, if you give me a Bluetooth something or other, see, I don't know anything about that stuff. I could wear my headphones. Then I could be jamming out. I might get distracted though. Let's go with 925. Then I'd have to refrain. If I had my headset on, I'd have to refrain from singing along. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay, let's darken up this little stripe right here. And this little bobble at the top of his hat. The Heather's Terrible Singing channel. All right, let's see. Now, oh, we got some blue for his hat, so let's do a blue. We're not gonna need much for that, so let's just grab 208. Oh, I've used this one to do something else because it's sharpened. Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven singing. I don't know if anybody wants that either. He tends to make up things when he's singing along of words that do not go with it. It's pretty funny. It's kind of like you'd have to have him on video because, or you'd have to be watching because it is pretty hysterical. It makes me laugh. Okay, I'm gonna need some. I guess I should have not just got out one. I'm gonna need two. Let's do. What was this? This was. Oh, let's go with 1022. Oh, I love this one. See how short it is? Maybe we'll do the buttons blue. What that? And then we need to darken this up. So let's grab 1058 warm gray 90. This little spot right here for the glass. Maybe we'll do. Let's do this blue. American Idol. Oh, Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven said he could do American Idol in the shower. They have Naked and Afraid. I don't see why you couldn't have singing in the shower. Okay, let's see. We got this little thing right here. Let's do that with silver, which is $9.49. This little tab right here, or this little hook. Buckle. It's a buckle. I forgot what it was called. Naked and Afraid. So singing in the shower. Okay. Oh my goodness. That would be just too much. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do something with his face. Let's see here. Let's grab peach. Light peach is $9.27. And need to give him a little bit more peach here. He looks kind of... And I forgot to give him some hair. Poor little guy. Let's go ahead and use this warm gray 90 to do this hair right here. He doesn't have much. Let's just give him a little bit. And his ear's poking out right there, so we won't do anything with that. Okay, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so now I need to do my cross up here. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Naked and Afraid. Yeah, we watch that occasionally. It comes on and I'm like, what's the point of this show? You can't see anything, so like, they might as well put on their swimming suit. They'd still be uncomfortable. They're in the middle of nowhere. Bugs bite them. Okay. So I'm going to go, let's see, I want to have a cross up here, but I'm not so talented that I think maybe I'm going to draw it on there. I'm going to do a pencil first because, you know, I'm afraid I'll mess it up. At least this way I can kind of erase it. And again, this Bible is just for my art journaling, so it's okay for me. I don't mind covering up the words. Okay, that looks like a good outline. So let's do this. Whoops. All my good intentions with the outline, and I can't draw a straight line. Okay. And because this is an illustrated faith pen, it doesn't bleed through to the other side. So, see, it's not on there. So, because I didn't gesso my page today, so remember, we don't want to do any, get too crazy. Hi, Teresa! See, there's Teresa's here. She was the one I was painting with yesterday. It was super fun. Although painting takes a long time. We still didn't get finished. We gotta paint some more. There's a question for you. If I'm going to be doing just odd things and not have a purpose in mind, do you guys want me to record that and then share it later, or just go live, and if you happen to be on, you could pop by? Okay, so we're going to color this brown because we already have the browns out, so let's go ahead and just use these ones that I already had. So I'm going to use ginger root first. I guess I could have done the underpainting. We'll see how much different it looks with not the underpainting compared to the just doing the pencils. This would be a good comparison. Okay, so I'm going to go 1082s next. Oops. That was a little too much scrubbing. Okay, then let's do... Oh, let's see. Exactly. See, I could record it. I could be painting along, and I did record all of yesterday's painting with Teresa. So I'm thinking when we get all done, I'll maybe make a quick little fast forward thing so that we can share it, because it's turning out pretty cool. Not too bad for my, you know, just starting out. And is it perfect? No. Do I need to practice? Yes. Like I said, everything comes with practice. You can't expect to be an expert overnight. Even though I don't see, you know, I wish I could, but... Like Esme, she does some awesome portraits. I got a long ways to go before I can get like that. She practices a lot. She's been coloring for more than a day. See, Esme draws every day. Yep, you can tell. It's kind of like with the... I was telling Teresa yesterday when we were doing our painting that, you know, we painted for 3 hours. And I was like, now I see why I always use my Copics, because I could have been done in like no time. But I didn't get that way overnight. I had to I've been doing the Copics forever and ever, so now it's just, you just sit down and do it. But it wasn't always that way. Okay, and let's do warm gray. Okay, now I'm going to gesso my page because I want to do some paint on here and I don't want to... Hi, Chris! Chris, you can't go home. You have to stay here with us still. Okay, so I'm going to use this clear gesso. Because you know I'm going to have to do my splatters on here, and I definitely want to. And I'm going to use my gold paint pen, so I don't want to... I'm afraid that'll definitely go through. We don't want that. I'm okay with coloring all over it, but I don't want it to go through to the other side. That's silly, isn't it? I got a little too much right here. I'm gonna try to wipe it off. Okay. And it didn't smear any of that stuff, any of my pencils. You're right, Chris. She is better than good. She's really good. So the little thing I was putting the gesso on is a Ranger Mini Distress Tool. They use it for like ink pads to distress, to daub it in their ink pad and then distress things with it. And it has the end comes off, so I just take it in and wash it with cold water afterwards. I make sure it's cold water, otherwise it shrinks. And then I just let it dry and I use it again next week. Okay, so we're going to give it a second coat. Yeah, this thing, the little end pop, I don't want to touch it because it's all gumpy, but the end pops off. And I put a link to these down in the description box if anybody needs that. I try to put a link down in the description box to all the stuff I use unless I cannot find it. And I don't carry all this stuff in the store, so sometimes there's things to other stores. I don't have enough storage or money to buy everything that's out there. Teresa, did you practice some more last night or after we got done? It was really hard for me to put ours away and not mess with it anymore. Okay, so now let's do... I need my cross to have something up here. So let's find some yellow. How about this? This yellow right here is awesome. So let's use that. And I think I'm going to switch paintbrushes because that one's not very big. Let's do number 6. And I'm just going to drop some water onto my paint here and get it started. Right after since we had such a problem with starting YouTube, if there's nothing underneath of the video, when I get done, I'll reload the description in there. I can't do it now because I have to open 15 different windows, so I'll do it afterwards, and everything I use today will be down in there. Like this paint thing, I didn't plan on using that, so I'll put that in after. Okay, so let's do some yellow around here because we really want this to stand out. I do. Whoops. A little too close there. Just brush that off with some water. That's one thing about the gesso too. After, if you've made a little boo-boo, it just comes right off. Even though this is watercolor, sometimes it still sticks a little bit. But the water and the gesso make it just kind of smear around on the page. Like right here, I got a little bit on my cross, so I'm just going to take my paintbrush and go whoop, swish it right off there. Okay, let's dry that. Bye, Julie. See you later. Thinking maybe he should have had something down here to stand on. Maybe let's do, well, I don't want to do that now. So let's get our pin out. Let's put this over here. Okay, so my thought is that I'm going to use this gold pin touch pin to do these crosses right here. But I'm not going to be so brave as not to whoops, there went the lid. It fell off last time too. Evidently I don't snap it on there good enough. Okay, so let's try it on here. Let me fold this. Oh, I think I have to shake it a little bit more. Maybe you have to hold the end. Okay, let's try that. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so I'm going to move this. I'm going to paint right over these lines I drew. I didn't think about this gold part until after I'd drawn the lines. Okay, let's see if that bled through. Nope, the gesso saved it. Alright, so I'm going to need some splatters up here because I'm all about splattering things. So let's get some black for that. What do I do with my pen? Here it is. I almost dipped my pen into my hot chocolate. That wouldn't be very good. Okay, let's try this. Those pins? Yes, I know, Esme. Those pins can be crazy, so you gotta be... that's why I wanted to try it on the paper first. Because the white pen, Sharpie pen, I use all the time. If you give it too many mushes at the end to get it started, it will run everywhere. I'm thinking he needs something to stand on down here. He looks like he's standing in air. Let's see, do I have some brown? No, this doesn't have any brown. Okay, let me look. The classics, no? Ooh, here's one. Okay, this is Jane Davenport's, what is this one? Neutral palette. Okay, so we're gonna use this spice. He needs a little something to stand on here. Maybe spice, and what's this? Cocoa. Looks like he's standing on dirt, on some kind of gross something. A swamp. Okay, we're gonna need to... do something else with that. Let's do clay. He's standing on clay. That's what we have around here. Okay, I don't want to get too close to this cross right here, so let's mush this way. Okay. I'm going to grab some of that up with my pen, or my paintbrush. That was a lot. Okay. So I didn't plan on using this either, so I will definitely add this little thing to the description. Okay, so I'm going to put this little sticker on here, and I printed this on some clear sticker paper. Of course, there's no thing on the back. Sometimes there's a little space where you can just fold it. Okay, because this is so large, I'm just going to peel off the top like this and fold it. And then I'm going to decide where I want it. Because once you stick it down, you're not getting that up. So make sure it's where you want beforehand, and then I'm just going to peel it and smooth it down as I go. And I tried not to do my splatters over here so that it wouldn't mess with the words. And then you just squish it down, and ta-da, you have it all done on there. Okay, so now we need, let me see, we need something else. I'll put that over there in my big giant pile. Okay, what do I do with my pen? Okay. I gotta read my verse again real quick. Okay, so remember today our story was about the light and dark of your life. So you have good times and you have bad times. So that's just the way it goes. So you're supposed to embrace both, even though, you know, remember I said at the front that I kind of wanted to use the girl in the timeout chair or the girl that was throwing a fit on the floor, because that's pretty much how I feel sometimes when God says no. And he does say no sometimes. It's like, but I don't want that. Well, that's not your choice. You don't get to have that. So, let's see here. I didn't put any thought into what I wanted to write about today. Make sure my pencil works. These pins, after you use them on the gesso, are not any good. Look there. See, I've destroyed this pen somehow. Okay, let me see. Somebody said you could do, like, cleaning on them, and then they would work. But I got some of that stuff, and it did not clean. It didn't work. I could not get it to go back together, or to work very good.
we got plenty of time.
And this is just a Sharpie fine tip black pen. It seems to work best over the top of the gesso. So that's what we get. So there is our page for today. Do you guys have any questions? Chris says he thinks he says no because he waits for the right time. You're right, Chris. It's not in my time or your time or anybody's time. It's when God wants. So you got to kind of go with what he wants for you. But sometimes it's hard. You know, you want to be like my 1-year-old granddaughter who now throws herself on the floor because she's going to be too soon when she doesn't get her way. Sometimes that's how I feel. It's like I'm not getting my way. I want to throw myself on the floor and have a fit. But no, you just got to keep searching. You got to do your searching and keep going towards God, and eventually He will point you in the direction He wants you to go. And if you're paying attention, hopefully it's sooner than later. So guys, I hope you had fun Bible journaling with me today. If you're going to color with me, I'll be back in 25 minutes. I got to go get out my Copics, and I'll see you back here in just a little bit. Otherwise, I will see you next Thursday for more Bible journaling. Bye-bye, guys.